You're listening to Jazz After 9 on this Thursday night, and I'm very glad to welcome in studio Curtis Nowosad, a Winnipeg drummer who is making his mark in New York City these days. He's been studying at the Manhattan School of Music and about to wrap that up, and he's got a new album out called Dialectics, his sophomore release, as we'll call it. And, I'm very glad to have you here in studio.
Oh, thank you for having me, Neil.
Probably a lot of people don't realize that this album, which was released this week, was actually recorded in Winnipeg back in the summer.
Yeah, we recorded in June. We had just gotten off the road. Myself, Derek Gardner, Steve Kirby, and Will Bonnets. And then we did a concert at MTC with Jimmy Green in June, which went really well and was a benefit concert for the Honor Grace Project, which was a foundation set up by him and his wife. And then the day after we went in the studio, and actually the majority of the record was recorded in one day. Like, these guys are pretty amazing. I think there's one song from the second day or something. We booked 2 full days of the studio and barely needed it.
Kind of like old school off the floor.
Yeah, it just went real fast,
Yeah. Well, and also the good thing about this album, keeping with Canadian content rules, as it were, it's good to see it released on a Canadian label, Cellar Live out of Vancouver.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great label. I'm really glad that Corey was interested in the project and was willing to put it out with the Cellar Live stamp,
Yeah. And now that you're back here in Winnipeg, you've got a concert tomorrow night at the West End Cultural Center. It's going to be a great show. I think the price is amazing. $20 in advance, $25 at the door. You can't go wrong. Most of the group that recorded this album is going to be there with you on stage. Yeah,
everyone except for Jimmy. John Gordon, who's now teaching at the University of Manitoba, is playing with us tomorrow, and we're going to be going on the road a little bit this summer. We'll be announcing everything fairly shortly, but we'll be that quintet will be on the road in Canada this summer, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, you're wrapping up your education in New York now, not far away. I think it's May you're going to be done.
Yep.
And what happens after that?
As far as basically, you get what's called OPT, so they sort of extend your student visa for a year, and you're allowed to work in your field. As long as it's in your field. I can't work at a pizza place or anything, but I can play and teach and everything for a year, and then in that year, we'll be deciding what we're going to be doing.
And in the time that you've been in New York, you've been busy. I mean, I see postings for you either going to see someone or playing with someone just every week.
Yeah. It's it's nonstop. It's keeps moving. It's been good. I've been playing in the Afro-Cuban Jazz Orchestra at school, which is led by Bobby Sanabria, and that band has been nominated for a bunch of Grammys and everything. So getting to do that, we've got a couple concerts coming up. One being at Dizzy's at Jazz at Lincoln Center, and then one at the school. And been playing in Philip Harper's quintet, so we play at Smalls every couple weeks, and doing a bunch of other stuff, trying to stay busy.
Yeah. And do you run across any of the other Winnipeggers who are there in Manhattan these days?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's Devin Gillingham I see every now and again. Pretty much every time I go to New School to do something, I run into him somewhere. And Luke Selleck I see all the time. And he's working all the time. He's plays with Johnny O'Neill, and he's been playing in Jimmy Green's quartet as well, actually. So I've gotten to hear that band quite a few times, and Luke also just hits me up every time he's in my neighborhood, and we go for coffee or whatever. So
it's good to see. There's a bit of Winnipeg that you can find there.
And Carl Kohut as well.
Exactly.
Has been, he's been. I guess he was just back last week, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, so he's he seems to be staying busy too.
You got that nice little showcase there with the Jazz at Lincoln Center.
I know. I was really happy to see that.
Yeah. So, we're wishing you all the best, no matter where you take this tour with the album and your concert tomorrow night. But I guess the one thing that I wonder about, when you go looking at your third effort, what are you thinking? Are you already thinking about it?
I'm starting to think about it. I do have some new music. We the music from this record, we had the opportunity to tour it last summer. First we did a Western Canada like club tour, and then we did a couple festivals. We were supposed to do a bigger coast to coast thing. Didn't quite work out, but we ended up doing the Ottawa and Montreal Jazz Festivals, which was a lot of fun. We met a lot of people out there, and but so that way, really, this it's funny because this record we were really workshopping a lot of the music on the road, which you don't normally get a chance to do. So we got to play the music every night, for a little while before we actually went in the studio recorded it. So now we're already, we may be playing a couple new things tomorrow night that, aren't on either of the records. But
you're going to test them out before the hard crew.
Yeah. But yeah, it's it's in the back of my mind.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the best, and thanks very much for coming by tonight to talk about the new album, the concert tomorrow night, and your future. We're going to end off tonight. Now, you do a lot of composing on your own, but I was really interested in one of the covers that you did on this album, Dialectics, A Thelonious Monk.
Yeah. Baya has been, one of my favorite tunes of his for a long time. And this, I was talking about playing in the Afro-Cuban Jazz Orchestra at MSM, so this is really inspired by that. Everything that I've just learned from working with Bobby Sanabria and everything. So it's, we put our own spin on it.
Okay. Well, this is music from Winnipeg drummer Curtis Nowosad from his newest album called Dialectics. This is Thelonious Monk's Baya. You're listening to Jazz After 9.